Hi, Survivor. I feel compelled. I was going to do this yesterday, but I feel compelled to do yet another addendum. Um, I feel compelled to do yet another addendum because, I can see why people underestimate me or find fault with me. Because I mentioned how my curtain fell, and then I showed you a picture of my curtain, and it was like this one light panel. It's like, well, what the fuck? That's easy to do. And no, I want to correct that. I didn't explain that well. When my curtain fell in April, I didn't have, or May, I didn't have enough money to fix it, you know. And it's taken me a while because of the fucking strike. And because, like, I work in the entertainment industry and commercials behind the scenes, and I don't drive, and that limits to me how much work I can get. But the curtains that were on there were old, they were dark, they were heavy, and I liked having the curtains up because I could control the sunlight, and the sunlight, when I could open up the curtains, the sunlight, and you're not seeing me in the light right now. The sunlight woke me up at a normal time, but when that fucking curtain fell, it kept me from. It got my. I wasn't waking up on time because it was always bright, and so it's like I wanted to fix that, and I fixed that this week, and I got these panels, and it looks like a circus tent now, but it's like the goddamn holes would not drill. Like it wouldn't drill, and I had to it would I don't have fucking money, and I spent $100 in a drill that doesn't work, or because the ceiling is just so tough that I can't get anything in there. So I had to find a workaround with the using what was already there. But the way I originally described it, it made me sound like I was an incompetent fuck. And you're not going to put an incompetent fuck on Survivor. And I'm not an incompetent fuck. And I deserve to be on that show. And And there's a workaway. And I just wanted to add that frustration. And I need to be calling for commercial work. And I'm just going to say this in a therapeutic way. But I'm finding it hard to make my phone calls to get work, because I don't like being rejected. I've been rejected in more ways than most people have. You've never been told in your entire life that you don't get to drive a car. You don't get to learn how to drive. You don't know, so being in immigration limbo in the United States, when I was in that experience, now I'm in Canada, where I'm from, where I was born, but I'm not from Toronto. I hate this fucking city. That's not true. I'm learning to cope and live with it and find my place in it and being grateful for what I have. I always think it's very important. It's essential to always have gratitude and to be grateful. And because if there's a place where you don't belong, like Toronto, and there are things that rub you the wrong way every day, if you find what you're grateful for, it's easier to find your place in that city, if that makes sense. And that's what I love about being in the DGC Set PA program, working in TV commercials, because I belong in that milieu. I went to film school for that reason. I was a nerdy kid who was bullied and spent my solace in movie magazines. So, but as I said, I've had a lot of rejection in my life, and it's like, well, you probably think, here I am again, being a bad explanation. bad at explaining things because it's like, oh, you're not has been rejected compared to blah blah blah, and it's like you don't know my life. Like I've been in immigration limbo. That means you're not allowed to have ID. That means you're not allowed to learn how to drive. That means you're not even allowed to buy alcohol. You know, things that really affect your psyche and your self-confidence over time, especially if it goes on for decades and you're watching other people doing normal things. And so it's like it's hard for me to call for commercial work because I'll just hear, well, you don't know how to drive. You got to learn how to drive to get work. You got to be able to drive a cube. And you just have to put up with that until you hear somebody, yeah, we'll have room for you. There's a place for you. And so that's why I got into the DGC Set PA program, because I could work. That I could be trained and have consistent work, and I don't have to worry about driving. And then that fucking spoiled brat writers who have swimming pools and can fly on the plane when they want to and have an opportunity. I'm a writer, but my stuff isn't published. And, and it's like, okay, I feel empathetic for you that you're going to be replaced by AI, but also you're causing people like me who really need to work to survive. You don't give a fuck about us, you spoiled brat fuck. And it's just, I don't know. It's hard to be a person of love a lot of times. It's when I talk like this, it doesn't mean that I'm not a person of love. I'm just very frustrated. I want to be a citizen of the world. I want to see this beautiful world. I want to be a lover of this world. And I always feel like I'm in situations where I have to watch other people get on Survivor, watch all other people go to Spain, watch other people, and I fight that. I fight that energy tooth and nail. I fight it tooth and nail so I can be the one. I was born not to watch others. I was born to live. So put me on there. And you think I don't have a social game because of the way I'm reacting? No, I have a social game. I react very well with people. But I'm very self-aware how I can become across, and I'm just a little frustrated, that's all. All right.